Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am going to discuss my second internal of data science. Let's get started. Here are following questions. First is what are the stages of text mining and suggest the approach algorithm to identify applicable IPC BNS section to recommend applicable BNS and section of IPC section. Now here it consists two parts. First is stages of text mining and second suggest an algorithm to identify IPC or BNS section. Now let's get started. Let's see the first part of our question, which is the stages of text mining. There are following stages of text mining, which is text preprocessing, text representation, text analysis, text classification, or evaluation. In text preprocessing, there are following steps. First, we tokenize our text. It means we divide our text into tokens, words, sentences, or phrases. Lower casing. We convert all text to our lower case to avoid case mismatches. And the third step that we perform in text preprocessing is stop word removal. We can eliminate common words like this age that do not add value, proposition. We should eliminate common like proposition, punctuation marks, etc. Stamming and lemmatization. It means reduce word to their root form. For an example, there is a running. We can write it run. So this is the reduced form of running. Second step is text representation. Here we transform our text into numerical format which is suitable for machine learning. For an example, TF, IDF, term frequency, inverse document frequency. Third step is text analysis. It means extract meaningful information or features from our data. But it consists of following is the name entity recognition where we can identify name our proper noun like name, place, or organization. Sentiment analysis means the data is positive, negative, or neutral. And the topic modeling means discovered underlying themes using method like latent LDA. Fifth step is text classification or clustering. It means we perform machine learning or statistical operation on the text, that is classification or clustering. Here we assign levels. Example spam versus non-spam, sentiment categories. In clustering, we group our data into predefined levels. Now the last step is evaluation. Here we access the model performance, which means to it improve the model performance. Use metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, F1 square for classification. It improves our model performance. Now the second part of our question is the approach to identify the appropriate IPS or BNS section involved. So here, this is about complaint theft of my mobile phone by an unknown person at 10-20-23-02-20. The phone was stolen when I was shopping at a store. The thief was wearing a black jacket and had a scar on his face. So here, algorithm, the approach to identify the appropriate APC VNS section is as follows. First is text preprocessing, as we discussed in the stages of uh, text mining. So here first we process the data by removing unnecessary word and accepting relevant keyword. It means we organize our text or data into words. Second, we recognize our entity. For an example, theft is a crime, unknown person is a perpetrator, mobile phone is a stolen item. So this is an identity recognition process. Third is text classification. Using a trained machine learning model, we can classify complaint into categories such as theft, which is related to IPC 379, sorry, yeah, 379 of mobile phone, which is a property. So here there is a property crime. So VNS 4.1 is applied. Now the fourth step is algorithm selection. Algorithms such as decision tree, support vector, machine naive we can apply this to predict the legal section based on the text. So here based on the complaint IPC section 379, which is likely applicable as it relates to unlawful taking of another person's property. Now let's see the second question of our internal, which is give algorithm that suitable place for following tasks. First is data preprocessing, classification, clustering, decision tree, association, and mining. First, we will see data processing. Here, algorithm for data processing is as follows. First, we have to import libraries and data set. Import necessary libraries such as pandas, numpy, matplotlib, sklearn. And second, we have to load the data set into our data frame. Second step is export the data. Check the structure of data sets df.info, df.describe by using this so, function, and then identify missing value, duplicate, entry, and inconsistent data. Third thing is handle missing value. We can use imputation strategies like a mean, median for numerical data, mode for categorical data. Optionally, we can drop raw column with accept missing values, encode categorical data. Here we have to convert categorical variables into numerical using label encoding, one hot encoding, binary encoding if required. And then features scaling and normalization. We can standardize numerical data using standard scale. We can normalize data if required for algorithm sensitive to scale. In the next step of our algorithm is feature engineering. Create new feature based on domain knowledge, eliminate irrelevant, accessory or high correlated features. Then we can split the data size. So divide the data into training and test set and using train as split method. Now let's see the algorithm for data classification. Here first step is choose a classification algorithm. We can select a classifier based on problem like a logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, support vector machine, neural network, etc. Second step is to train the model. Here fit the classifier on the training set. And the third step is evaluate model performance. We can improve our model performance by using following metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, F1 square, ROC score. And the fourth step is hyperparameter tuning. We can use grid search CB or randomized search CB to optimize hyperparameter. And the last step is test the model. We can make prediction on the text set and we can also compare our result using the evaluation matrix. Now the next algorithm is k-mean clustering algorithm. Here we have given a following table which demonstrate k-mean algorithm to create two cluster from dataset 2, 4, 10, 12, 2, 20, 30, 11, 25. First step of algorithm is initialization. Here we have to set the number of cluster which is k is equal to 2. Here we have selected two clusters. Now in this part we have to select initialize cluster centroid C1 and C2. Here I have selected 2 and 20 as my initial centroids. Second step is assignment step. For each data point, we have to calculate equivalent distance of data point to each centroid. Then assign the data point to the cluster with which is closest centroid. Third step is update step. For each cluster, we have to calculate the new centroid, which is the mean average of all data points assigned to that cluster. Then last step is repeat. Here we have to repeat our second and third step until the centroid doesn't change. It means changes are minimal. Here in this we have in round 1 our centroid was 2 and 20, and when we calculate its distance from centroids, this was 2, 4, and 11, 12, which is assigned to centroid 1, cluster 1. 25, 30 assigned to cluster 2. In second round, this is our centroids and this is our cluster 1, cluster 2 data points. In third round, this is our centroids and cluster 1 data points are this, and cluster 2 data points are this. For round 4, here we have 2 centroid 3 and 26 and 2, 3, 4, 10 is assigned to cluster 1 and 11, 12, 25, 30 is assigned to cluster 2. Now here the centroid do not changes in round 3 and round 4. The algorithm has converged. This is our final cluster 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 25, 30. So this is the k-mean clustering algorithm. Now next algorithm is decision tree algorithm. Here there are following step. First step is data preparation. Here we have to prepare our data like attributes, home, marriage, gender, employee credit ranking, and class level. This class that is ABC, which here data will be given in the table. Now second step is calculate entropy for initial data set. In this step we calculate the entropy of target variable that is risk class. Here third step is calculate information gain for each attribute. Here for each attribute like home, married, gender, employed, grade ranking, which is in the table, we have to calculate information gain for each attribute and select the attribute with highest gain information gain. Third step, fourth step is build decision tree. Here we have to use select attribute to split the data set. Repeat the process for each data set. The last step is assign risk classes. When the decision tree will help classify each bank loan application into one of three risk class: decision tree credit ranking, risk class B. Here we are assigning this class. This is our decision tree algorithm. The last algorithm is the association rule mining algorithm. Here we have to generate candidate item set, create a list of candidate first item set by scanning the transaction, and then generate frequent items and count the occurrence of each out candidate item in the transaction. Then prune candidate items are below the minimum support threshold. Repeat this process iteratively to generate frequent item set of increasing size. Third is rapid generate association rule. For each frequent items set, we have to generate all possible non-empty subset. Then for each subset, we have to calculate the confidence. Then prune rules with confidence below the minimum confidence threshold. This is all about my second internal test of data science. Thank you for watching my video.